We gotta say we love your shoes. I don't know if our cameraman.
See it nice and close, right? It's amazing. I love these boots. One of my favorite boots.
I gotta ask you about the NXT women's roster. Your thoughts about it? How Shawn Michaels and everyone has been working with you guys?
Great. The women's roster is a great place to be right now. I feel like we have a lot of talent, right? Like the people, Tiffany Stratton, for example, right? What, a year?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Me at a year, I would not want to be on TV, right? Like she has grown so much within that year. It's crazy. And she's not the only one. So Ruka, right? Like,
amazing.
They are growing so fast and they're learning so fast and they're dedicated to what we're doing. And I appreciate all of that. It's amazing. Yeah.
Awesome. Otis? Should I say Otis?
No, you should not. You should say Otis.
Otis. Otis is fine? Yeah.
Otis is fine, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Guys, we are here with the NXT logo, behind us. But I want to ask you about NXT and your time in NXT. How important was it for you, to develop everything that you're developing now in the main roster?
I mean, that's, the genesis of like what I have become. That's where I discovered myself and discovered really what we do here in WWE. It's like you go in thinking a certain thing and that things are done a certain way and what I want to do and the kind of matches I want to have and the way I want to wrestle. But then in NXT, it's almost an educational experience. It really teaches you about the production and every aspect of what we do and the character and kind of alters your perspective of what we do really. And so it was a great learning experience for sure.
It's crazy to get on the Ultimate Fighter, go do the UFC after fighting for 10, 12 years and think that's the height of your career. And then another thing comes along and it's even better. And it's taught me like you never know what the height is, right? And I think I'm grateful for that lesson because when we were at NXT, we would always talk about like, you guys, this is what people talk about being like the best time in our lives. Like the wrestling and the friendships I made there, and just the stuff I learned. I think my wrestling ability grew the most there. So it's been crazy, but I'm still trying to be in it,
How being part of WWE has changed your lives, not only your careers, but your personal lives also.
I mean, we now live in a completely different country. Our family's all back home and stuff. But it's what we've always wanted to do. This is the dream for us. Like when you want to be a wrestler, for a while it was only WWE WrestleMania, and WrestleMania is the top goal. So hopefully next year we're standing back here talking to you, doing it on WrestleMania. But like even just now, being on Stand and Deliver and being in that big match just means so much. Just looking forward to it.
It's just like you need to always kind of take a step back and realise like what a dream we actually are living, like but it is like, this is for me growing up, like the thought of I would watch wrestling on TV and it seemed like something that like was totally like never a chance, like nobody from the UK is going to get on it, not like it's hard to get into in the first place.
We thought that's it, they don't need anyone else.
Nikki Cross gets signed and we went, oh, they've got a Scottish person, like they don't need another Scottish girl. So it's like now to like be here and flew out to LA to wrestle on such a massive show, doing it with like people from the UK, people that we grew up in wrestling with. Like I came here in October to Orlando after like being in NXT UK, and I got to come over in October and all my mates were here, and I'm getting to like go into wrestle, go into work every day, have fun, have my mates there, do like we just get to like travel and like live this together. It's just I would never get this in any other like job.
How important has been these 3 letters for you, not only on your career but in your personal life?
Well, obviously NXT gave me my start. I was on the Australian independent scene, not as many eyes as you kind of want. So getting to come to NXT has been fantastic. You got some of the best coaches in the world. I rep the brand for a very long time, but now I'm in a situation where I think I'm bigger than the brand. I think I am the brand right now. So when I see those 3 letters, like, I don't have pride in them no more. But I want to kind of model NXT in my image, and that's what this match is. This is what NXT was versus what NXT is going to be. And when I beat Johnny Gargano, I think then I can start changing NXT for how I see it.
What's that thing that you guys have learned from Shawn Michaels in NXT, working on NXT, that you didn't learn before in the past? Being,
I know exactly what it is. It's not a technique. It's not a thing. It's to trust ourselves. Since working with Shawn, having him be like, "What do you think it should be?" Trust yourself to go and do it, and have the confidence to believe it's right, and shoot for the moon, and let him just, oh no, that's too much. Come back a little bit. Come back a little bit. I think that, like, just trust yourself is the biggest thing, because coming into here, you want to please everyone and you want to do the best, but just knowing, like, no, you've got this, and you don't need to have every single person's opinion in the room to know that you're doing well. That's really helped him telling us that.
Like especially when you're in the performance centre every day training, you're like so consumed by wrestling, you're thinking about wrestling, you're training, you're watching it, and it's easy then to also slip into like, oh, I'm not that good, I'm not as good as this person, all these like little things that affect,
Have something and we don't, or something.
things affect your confidence. And I think like Shawn Michaels instilling just like, no, be confident, trust yourself, like, yeah.
Here to be you, so go be you. That sort of thing, yeah.
With NXT is like I said, you find yourself there, and for me, it's close to my heart because I started NXT April 17, 2017, and it was just like ever since then, like it's been a dream come true for me personally, because before that I was just digging holes, doing landscaping, but odd jobs here and there, so definitely helped that the master Chad Gable was there at NXT, putting the good word in, kicking ass like he always does. And once I got there, it was kind of like you said, you got to find yourself, and NXT is where to do it.
So I want to know about your experience in the Rumble, not only as a pro wrestler, but as a fan, maybe growing up watching the Rumble. How does it feel to be part of that historic match?
One of the best feelings ever. Yeah. A kid growing up wanting to be a part of these things. And, when I was growing up, we didn't have a women's Royal Rumble, so we weren't really sure if that would ever actually happen. So to be a part of that and to mark my little history in that's great. Like, it makes me a little emotional. Like, I get really emotional with WWE achievements, because I never thought it would actually happen. So when it does happen, it's great. It's a dream. It's a dream come true. Living the life, really am, and it's just getting started.
Your eyes says it all. Yeah, that's amazing.
Thank you.